there has been negative propaganda put out about me that's not...
Are you hanging out with Diddy? What are you doing?
I mean, yeah. Popped out the town car with a camera. Said, yo, Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this. The whole thing, we need to document this, Playboy. He was like, party. And he got pissed at me. He said, yo, nobody don't Playboy, don't play with me. You know I am, I'm Diddy, you know what I'm saying?
Jamie Foxx suffered a very serious medical emergency that landed him in the hospital.
Was Jamie Foxx's near-fatal stroke in 2023 just a freak medical scare, or the first crack in Diddy's billion-dollar armor? For 20 years, the two men played side by side at the very top of show business, toasting Cristal in neon-lit mansions and trading favors that only the ultra-rich can imagine. Now one stands in a New York courtroom, accused of turning those same mansions into recruiting hubs for trafficking, hush money, and what prosecutors call industrial-scale exploitation. The other, Jamie, has spent 18 months learning to walk, speak, and trust again, while the internet insists he was poisoned for what he might reveal. To see how champagne nights curdled into courtroom days, we have to rewind to the moment Jamie first stepped inside Diddy's shimmering kingdom. The Black Gatsby years, summer 2004. Fireworks burst above the Hamptons shoreline while a live orchestra eases into an R&B remix. Celebrities fan themselves beneath white silk canopies. Every glass brims with 300 a bottle bubbly. This is Diddy's legendary white party, a $1 million spectacle staged purely to flaunt power. That night, Jamie Foxx, fresh off an Oscar buzz performance as Ray Charles, is ushered through the gates and into a friendship that feels like destiny. Diddy greets him the way kings greet long-lost brothers, arms wide, cameras flashing, promises humming in the subtext. Within weeks, Jamie is a regular in Diddy's orbit. They nickname each other Black Gatsby and Ray Royalty, swap studio time for movie cameos, and laugh loudest when insiders whisper they've become the industry's most untouchable duo. Yet inside those mini palaces, rules shift. Bodyguards tape phone lenses shut. Guests sign papers stating what happens upstairs never happened at all. A secretive code emerges. Beautiful favors for silent loyalty. Jamie, ever the comedian, jokes that he's living in a real-life remix of Eyes Wide Shut. He doesn't yet realize satire can morph into prophecy. At first, the trade-offs seem harmless. After parties that run until dawn, a little recreational dust on mirrored tables, flirty games that spiral flirtier. But by 2009, rumors swirl that these gatherings hide darker indulgences. A rising singer named Cassie is spotted leaving a penthouse corridor in tears. Jamie overhears her begging Diddy for one normal night. Diddy only tightens his arm around her waist and smiles for photographers. Jamie files the memory away, chalks it up to relationship drama, and pours another drink. He doesn't know the hallway scene will replay in his head years later like a broken vinyl groove. Cracks behind the velvet rope phones taped shut eventually pop open. A videographer leaks grainy footage of a back-office shouting match. Cassie accusing Diddy of jealousy turned violent. The clip vanishes within hours, but the damage is done. People start connecting dots. Whispers grow into online posts. Locked rooms, surprise freak-off challenges, NDAs thicker than phone books. An ex-assistant claims she was paid 6 figures to keep quiet after witnessing what looked like a forced encounter. A junior producer tweets, then deletes, that Diddy smashed someone's phone for refusing party drugs. Jamie notices invitations arrive with heavier disclaimers. When he tries to skip a weekend on account of filming, Diddy ribs him in public. "Don't act brand new, brother. Loyalty is lifestyle." The joke lands cold. Jamie begins slipping out early, blaming early call times, leaning on work to distance himself. But glitter hides grime, and the grime is about to scream into full view. Cassie's lawsuit and a 24-hour settlement November 2023. News breaks like a lightning bolt. Cassandra Cassie Ventura files a civil suit accusing Diddy of manipulation, beatings, drug-laced coercion, and trafficking across state lines. The filing runs 70 pages and names hotel chains, private jet manifests, and hush money ledgers. Just one day later, the suit evaporates. Reports surface of a private settlement rumored at $20 million. Some call it justice bought. Others claim Cassie wanted closure without a decade of headlines. Hashtag Diddy exposed rockets to The top of social media, but official statements from both parties urge privacy and healing. Publicly, Jamie offers no comment. Privately, he phones Cassie through back channels. Insiders say the conversation ends with both in tears. Whatever was buried in that 24-hour window ignites federal interest. Homeland Security, already sniffing around Diddy's charity foundations, widens its lens. 5 months later, the lens turns into a battering ram. Federal raids and Rico shockwaves March 2024. Sunrise smashes into Diddy's Miami mansion as dozens of agents sweep through wrought iron gates. Simultaneous raids ignite in Los Angeles and New York. Helicopters hover, neighbors film from balconies. Twitter melts. Agents haul out hard drives, ledgers, designer suitcases stuffed with contracts. Court papers later reveal the working theory: a 2-decade racketeering ring that blended music deals, shell charities, and pay-for-play freak-off. Events into a machinery of enrichment and control. Charges range from trafficking to transporting individuals for illicit purpose, a modern-day vice empire hidden inside a lifestyle brand. Witnesses line up. Cassie, an ex-assistant codenamed Mia, producer Lil Rod, whose own lawsuit claims everything from forced drug use to a Molotov cocktail threat on rapper Kid Cudi's sports car. Some allegations are dismissed, others refined, but the avalanche has begun. All the while, Jamie fights a more personal battle 2,000 miles away. Jamie Foxx's Medical Crisis and the Conspiracy Swirl April 2023, Atlanta. While filming an action comedy, Jamie wakes up unable to move his left side. Paramedics rush him to Piedmont Hospital, where doctors detect a brain bleed leading to a stroke. Emergency surgery saves his life, but erases nearly 3 weeks of memory. News fans out in fragments. His daughter Corinne says only, complication. TMZ cites neurological event. Diddy tweets a quick prayers up, then goes silent. When Jamie resurfaces in a July video, slimmer and glassy-eyed, the internet erupts. Some insist he's a body double. Others claim he's been poisoned for crossing Diddy. TikTok sleuths slow zoom a scar on his scalp, decode hospital wristbands, spin webs of late-night flights between Atlanta and Miami. Jamie tries humor, telling Netflix audiences, "No clone, baby. This is the original vinyl, just a little scratched." He never mentions Diddy by name, but one throwaway line, "Some folks don't love when the music stops," sends comment threads into overdrive. Meanwhile, prosecutors draft a witness list for Diddy's looming trial. Jamie's name leaks, then vanishes, then leaks again. Is he cooperating or lying low? The uncertainty fuels every conspiracy channel from YouTube to fringe podcasts. What is certain? Jamie is alive, rehabbing, and quietly turning down invites to Hollywood galas he once headlined. Inside the 2025 courtroom, May 2025. The trial opens in Manhattan federal court under a media glare rivaling any red carpet. Reporters queue at dawn. Spectators sell seats on resale apps. One outlet dubs it Hollywood's Nuremberg. Cassie, shielded by marshals, marches up stone steps and swears she'd return the entire settlement to erase those nights forever. Her testimony spans 4 days, describing private jets stocked with pills, contracts signed at gunpoint, and a so-called obey list ranking women by willingness. Jurors stare as prosecutors play muted video stills, luxury suites, piles of cash, girls in masks. An HSI agent exhibits seized ledgers detailing monthly security payments to law enforcement contacts. A financial crime analyst traces music tour expenses to shell charities funneling money through Caribbean accounts. Defense attorneys counter that every witness stayed for luxury, not fear, and that kink is not crime. Jamie Foxx does not testify, at least not yet. But his name surfaces in a sealed motion referencing celebrity witness with first-hand knowledge of coercive environments. Reporters speculate. Diddy's legal team files objections. The judge defers. Collateral damage and industry fallout. Even without a verdict, sponsors flee. Conglomerate Diageo dissolves a 15-year liquor partnership, writes down Ciroc vodka, and hints at an outright sell-off. Revolt TV staff stage walkouts. Fashion houses pull archival photos from campaigns. Artists who once begged Diddy for a remix scrub his tags from streaming bios. Behind closed doors, record label lawyers draft new conduct clauses for executives. One streaming giant quietly updates its code of ethics to yank playlists if a partner is indicted on trafficking. The question whispered at every agency brunch becomes, who knew and who's next? Conclusion. The jury is slated to decide in July. If they convict on racketeering and trafficking, Diddy could face 30 years. If they acquit on the heaviest counts but tag him for lesser offenses, defense lawyers will spin it as a win, proof that cash and charisma still bend narratives. Either way, the empire has already bled billions in deals lost and reputations shattered. For Jamie Foxx, the stakes are paradoxical. He claims he's focused on healing and telling jokes again, yet tabloids track every courtroom recess, looking for his arrival. If he steps onto that witness stand, cameras will roar. If he doesn't, conspiracy voices will roar louder. And that leaves one last question for everyone who listens to music, binge watches awards shows, or clicks gossip headlines. When fame masks abuse, where is the line between fan and enabler? Drop your take below. Which testimony stunned you most? Who might flip next? And if justice can topple a legend this big, could it finally blast sunlight into Hollywood's darkest corners? Hit subscribe for our upcoming deep dive on the still-sealed names inside the indictment, because the most shocking chapter might be the one the jury never hears.